Hello friends, welcome to Space Walrus Gaming. I am Space Walrus, and this is my first stream on this channel after having stolen Artsy's channel for a few nights. Very gracious of them. With the first stream, I guess it would be helpful to set up a few ground rules. This is intended to be a 16+ channel. Don't mind the hard conversations, don't mind getting a little bit raunchy or naughty. But let's keep it not super sexually explicit. I was really surprised when I went to go make the channel that there are many other space walruses out there. And it's a name that I have had since college days, probably like a sophomore in college or so, back when I was playing effectively Dungeons & Dragons through Neverwinter Nights, long before virtual tabletops were a thing. And lo and behold, there's a whole bunch of other space walruses out there, so I'm not the only one, but hopefully I'm the only one that's going to be active. Hello, Audie. Hello, Pandatine Gaming. Hello, Artsy. Using my login. Glad to hear it, Panda. 16+, excellent. Welcome to the stream. Got to come up with some good slogans, I guess, for my channel. So, as suggested by the wonderful Diesel Frog, spreadsheets play games. I like that one a lot, so I might use that one. I'm the only space walrus. What else? I kind of like simply ripping from the classics and going, the time has come to talk of many things, or to play many games. Primarily playing retro games right now. Sick in the 90s point-and-click adventures, or maybe even strategy games, or a lot more text-based stuff. Might branch out to other things and go more modern. My passion is strategy and puzzle. I like things that I can solve or optimize, so much more modern stuff like Factorio or even Dyson Sphere Program really catch my interest. I've played some Satisfactory. I like optimizing, making sure everything's running perfectly and as efficiently as possible, and I make spreadsheets to accomplish that. Speaking of more modern games and optimization, I've noticed since becoming a parent that apart from my free time being much less than it used to be, and the constant chronic tiredness means that my brain's not functioning at 100%, which makes it really, really hard to get into the zone of really deep diving into the games that I enjoy, because it takes a lot of brain processing power. And sometimes I get home and I just sit at my computer and go, man, I really don't want to think right now. And so there are days when I just don't have the downtime that I would normally have when I was pre-parent days. 10-hour stream, let's go. Yeah, I'll fiddle with controls to get the chat thing going on the screen. I don't want to interrupt the stream. We'll fix that later. Thanks, Artsy. Oh, well, okay. If you want to do it, then come over here and help me out. Oh, jeez. Yay, newbie streamer.
So, select all. Okay. Copy. You're going to go to docs. URL. Paste. And apply.
All right, please go ahead and test messages. Oh, well, thank you, Audie. I don't know how natural I am at streaming, but my hope is to hear that I'm going to eventually get competent enough that these little technical funsies won't occur. But I've got a fantastic mentor to help me out and teach me their wild ways of OBS and YouTube streaming. Yeah, puberty, it is hard. It's hard. What else? 10-hour stream. Yeah, Artsy's been teasing me about doing a 10-hour stream. My primary downtime has been trying to accomplish an achievement in the game Dyson Sphere program and finishing it within 10 hours. And I'm normally really good at accomplishing things efficiently and doing them quickly. But man, this 10-hour playthrough has turned into more like 40 at this point as I keep restarting because I can't quite make it under 10 hours. So I'm getting faster and faster, and maybe at some point I'll actually accomplish it. And I'm at that point where I'm starting to feel a little burned out by doing it, but I realize that, you know, doing this quickly and efficiently is a skill set, and if I stop coming back to it, I'll be starting from square one again instead of having that build up of getting faster and faster and faster. 10-hour streams. It'd be like, I could do that in my college days where, you know, I just don't have school for a day, so I do a 24-hour stream if streaming was a thing back when I was in college. But in the college days, back in the 2000s and aughts, as some of my British English colleagues would say, the really big thing was Ventrilo and TeamSpeak, which were audio servers so that we could voice chat with each other. And it was very, very laggy and very finicky and was very difficult to communicate. So I remember the early days of Skype when video calling still was super janky. But I got to see someone in Australia one time and talk with them, and that was the coolest thing ever, even if it was super distorted. Oh man, that would have been a little just before 2010, I think. 2009 or something like that. Anyway, we're going to go back into Rex Nebular today and continue on in our delightfully terrible bachelor and his bumbling through this world seemingly controlled entirely of women. We got captured after getting shot down onto this cloaked planet. We escaped the jungle area that we got shot down in, only to be captured by very angry women with guns, and then managed to escape. Got most of them murdered by a giant alien as he broke free, and then used their cosmic gender bender to turn into a woman myself so that I could infiltrate their area and gather the things I needed. And then I returned to male form, and now we have entered the city of Men, which is seemingly abandoned. And yeah, that's where we left off. The city is called Machopolis because we're playing real hard into like 1970s gender wars sort of things. Well, let's hit play and we can get started. Once the game decides to load. Here we go. We are resuming the last game, where we last left our intrepid hero. Hey, Artsy, can you move the green screen a tiny bit? We got a little bit of leakage. All right, so we are here inside of a really, really crappy sea-themed restaurant, kind of a dive bar. And we picked up a key, and we picked up a fishing rod that was hanging on the walls, and somehow I managed to shove the fishing rod in my pocket. We won't ask questions, you know. And exiting the sandbar, it's next to a giant, I think like 7 or 10 story tall statue of a woman. All you see is the legs and the shoes, which are higher than my character's head, and then a bunch of calf stretching up into the sky. And that's the statue in front of Polly's Pleasure Dome, advertising live girls, but you can't go in there because it's locked. And the lock is rusted, and there's no entrance possible. So we will just move on. And we will get back in our car. All right, we are back in our absolutely terribly messy car with used soda cans and dirty socks and whatnot. And we're going to activate the car, which scans my gender apparently and checks to make sure I'm a male before it lets me drive. Not sure if that's sexist or just because there's a war between the sexes going on.
Yes.
Maybe both. Okay, so we finished that area. Let's go to the Sledge Mall. See what this place has to offer. And the South Maintenance Elevator. Okay, Sledge Mall. Doesn't look like there's much going on here. There's a sign that says that there are lungs for sale. It says, look at the sign. Someone was running a special on internal organs. You wonder if they were being sold as replacements or as stew meat. And there's a sign for O'Donnell's. And it's a ring instead of arches. I'm guessing it's a play on McDonald's. Nothing else there. I don't think I can... Yeah, there's a card slot on this elevator, so I'm not sure I can actually get up here at the moment. Nope. Open elevator door. Safe bet that the car slot adjacent to the left door operates the elevator. I don't believe I will be able to use this security card because I think it's a email security card. But security card and card slot, it won't fit. Don't forget where you got that security card. It's no great surprise that it's useless in this city. Okay. So I will need to find a man's security card, apparently. And we will just continue on our way. Well, this city has self-driving cars, which is pretty awesome. It would be fun to be in a self-driving car one day. Until they explode, yeah. Okay. 14 Dressick Crossing, residential area. Artsy encountering all the tabs that I have up on my computer. But, you know, they're one to talk, seeing as all the tabs that they keep up all the time on their computer. We're just a tab-loving household over here. Unorganized tab-loving household. Except in my case, I actually separate by window. Different windows for different things. Ah, the two-step verification? Yeah, that's a pain. Well, maybe not right now because we have to stream. Alrighty, I'm in a residential zone, and it looks like there's a fountain of a man urinating. As you stare at the statue, your bladder begins to feel distinctly smaller and tighter. You quickly force yourself to look away before a horrible accident happens. Audie, those are rookie numbers. Only 3 tabs? Come on, you can do better than that. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything super interesting going on outside. Look at the city. The city stretches off in the distance. Look at the Coliseum. The large Coliseum in the distance occupies several city blocks. It's almost as big as the sports arena you frequent on Umbilica 4. Okay, entrance to Bruce's is wide open, so we will go in. It is Bruce's with the glowing pink neon sign. Alrighty, this is somebody's house. What can I look at? Look at table. A silly little lamp adorns one of these tables. The rest are bare. Look at chair. Cheap, flat, uncomfortable cushions beckon uninvitingly from the dusty, molded plastic chairs. You have no urge to sit on any of them. Look at flower box. The flower boxes contain dust-covered plastic flowers and little else of interest. Look at picture. Several pictures hang between various pieces of junk on the walls here. Someone probably considered these art. You consider them terrarium lining material. Apparently, I am not impressed with the artistic design choices of this individual. Look at lamp. The appeal of the silly lamps in this room escapes you. You imagine them serving better as ballast. Okay. Look at fireplace. Well, it isn't exactly a fireplace. It's more like an ugly little corner with blinking lights in it.
Does it give enough sound?
Not really.
Okay, because
It's not coming through? Here. The little cheap MIDI music, I'll turn that on. Thanks for reminding me, Artsy.
And
There we go. Is that better?
you want to go into the little cog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, properties. And then you wanted to do it based on your headset, your chatter
Yay, technical difficulties.
key. It's always the first stream that gets better.
Always the first stream. Okay.
And then go over. There you go.
And I'll turn it down because people usually say it's kind of loud. Let me know if I need to turn it up. Well, it isn't exactly a fireplace. It's more like an ugly little corner with blinking lights in it. Being the type of person who couldn't even own a spacecraft without a genuine wood-burning fireplace, you cringe at the plastic logs and electric lights. Well, geez, aren't I a little bit snooty? Look at safe. This looks like a standard wall safe. A small dial and a handle feature prominently on the door of the safe. Look at window. It's just a window. Okay, let's move on. Tacky living room. What's in the next room? Oh boy, more tackiness. Look at souvenir tickets. The laminated and framed theater tickets bear the name of the show Love Thy Enemy. These tickets must have been for one of Bruce's performances. Oh, so Bruce must be an actor. Look at review. The magazine review of Bruce's first stage performance. You scan it quickly. Only the passages "could swear they were real" and "thought the enemy had broken in" stick in your mind. The reviewer must have liked the show. He gave it 4.5 stars. Look at photograph. You see a tall woman in front of a theater on opening night. You are just about to comment on her legs when you realize this must be Bruce. You swallow hard and stare at the floor for a moment. So Bruce is a drag queen. Look at wig stand. Bruce must have had half a dozen wigs, each with his own stand. They are small styrofoam figures in the shape of humanoid head. Look at snapshot. There are snapshots of Bruce in various outfits at various theatrical events hanging all over the walls. Obviously, Bruce just couldn't get enough of himself. Look at slip. These look like the items Bruce is wearing in the photograph across the room. Compact case. Let's see if I can take the compact case. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Pick up the compact case. It is cosmetics. You pick up the compact, blow the dust off, close it, and stuff it in your pocket. You feel it spring open again. You decide the latch must be broken, but keep the compact case anyway, figuring you never know when you need a mirror or a new shade of blush. So the option with the compact case is to reflect. So maybe I can reflect something later on in the game. Alrighty. Look at the vanity. The skirted vanity is covered with miscellaneous makeup accessories. Well then, that seems to be all we have here. So we will leave lovely Bruce and his tacky choice in home decor and move on. Next up, North Sea window. Beep. Oh wow, there is a single-eyed sea monster at this window. Look at viewport. As you look out into the ocean, you pause and think. The engineering that went into the city amazes you. Building a metropolis in a volcano comb below sea level is quite an accomplishment. Something in the water seems to have taken an interest in you. Look at sculpture. The sculpture resembles a cube with a lightning bolt glued to it. You do not understand the significance of this shape. Look at specimen epithet. You look carefully at the specimen epithet and make note that it's in fact a specimen epithet. Well, I'm trying to read what it says, silly. Okay. Look at wall. It's quite thick. Look at indicator. The indicator is giving an indication indicative of something, indicating something else. Just what indication it is escapes you completely. Okay, so there is some sort of crazy sea monster that apparently has a super long tongue, and it's trying to grab at me on the other side of this glass viewport. This thing terrified me as a child. Seeing its tongue come out and splat against the window freaked me out. Yeah, how do you think it's cute? But it has big, gnashy teeth. Arr, 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 arr. Okay, next up. Abdul's service station. Okay. Yeah, I think that sea monster's tongue is larger than Babs. Artsy. Oh, arf, 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 arf. There's an angry dog. Look at obnoxious dog. He looks hungry. His high-pitched yapping noises are about as appealing to your ears as fingers on a chalkboard. The teething is the same. Alrighty. Well then. Let's go in. Whoops. Whoa! That dog just ate me up instantaneously. Wow, now that's a mean little pooch. Perhaps you should not have gotten so close to him. He completely devoured my body and left just my clothes. Alrighty. That is a hungry witty, Artsy. That is a very hungry witty. A former teacher and colleague of mine had a tiny little Havanese named Whitman, or Witty, and just an absolute dust mop, lovable fluff ball. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to throw the bones over fence. Doot. Hey, Mutt, occupy yourself. Zoom! So long, sucker! The dog just zooms off the edge and down. Down, down, down. several stories, and then splash. Oh, what the heck? I apparently took too long. Oh boy. Throw, bone, over fence. We'll wait for him to run, and then we will go. I lack a bone. I may have just broken the game. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's take a look at what's around here. We've got a down button. Connect to the car lift. Okay. Spare ribs hanging on a hook on the ceiling. Considering the probable age of these ribs, you decide to avoid them. They could present an olfactory hazard. Look at car. You look carefully at the car and make a mental note. It is in fact a car. Okay. Look at car seat. Stray parts can be seen everywhere in here. Not being a mechanical kind of guy, they are useless to you. Look at toolbox. Only the bottom drawer of the toolbox is open. You see a wrench and a tube of cement in the open drawer. There's a jack sitting on top of the toolbox. Look at jack. It is a jack. Look at polycement. This is great stuff. You can use polycement to fix almost anything. One of the maneuvering thrusters on the pig was attached with this stuff. Okay. Well then. It's a danger zone under the car. When car is lowered, this is an unsafe place to be standing. Can I... Oh, for crying out... Ouch! I just got eaten again. Charming. How many bones? Do I have any bones left? I don't. That's actually a problem. Because normally what you do to solve this is that you throw a bone under the car, and then you flatten the dog. So you can get to the poly cement. You push the down button. It lowers. You push the up button. As many times as I walk in front of him, unfortunately. I had two bones. I threw one to get inside the building. You're supposed to throw the other one to get to the car. But unfortunately for me, I waited too long talking with you guys, and the dog came back. Which means I don't know, actually, how to solve this. That's a huge problem. Yeah, there is a chicken there, Artsy. Unfortunately, I do need the chicken to actually beat the game. So if I throw the chicken, I will actually run into trouble later on. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, is we'll skip this for now. We'll go explore some other areas. I'll go back to the place where we got the bones originally and see if some of them respawned. Otherwise, I may have just lost the game. I may have to reload from a save. There's someone moving down the edge of the road there. Okay, so there is... Looks like we are in front of a building called Bucklusters. And Bucklusters here is a play on words of a very popular video rental place, now defunct, that you might have heard of before, called Blockbuster, for all of our Gen Zers in the chat who don't remember the age of video rentals. Look at Video Store. It looks as though the video store was trying to create an opening night kind of atmosphere. You are more familiar with the kind of video store that is only open at night. Look at Spotapot. An interesting aroma emanates from the portable toilet. It's a safe bet that nobody has cleaned or emptied it in a century or so. Oh wow, a Blockbuster and a family video. Those lasted a lot longer than I thought, Audie. So maybe I'm playing up my crotchety old millennial age a little too much then, if you know what that is. Look at Newsstand. The newsstand must have carried almost 100 different magazines and 2 different city newspapers. You can see a few of the headlines. Women believed working on biologic weapons, Defense Council concerned, and new residential section to be powered up today. Look at Ditch. Okay, nothing interesting on the Ditch. Look at Statue. The statue catches your interest. The statue continues to catch your interest. You stare at the statue for a few minutes. You decide to do something else before you need a cold shower. From the pixel art here, it looks like it is the back of a naked woman riding on a horse. There's a billboard at the end of the road. The billboard advertises a new hormone supplement. The men who lived here must have wanted to be extremely male. Can we enter the video store? Let me check this place out. Boop. Curses, it's locked. Okay. Can we use... Thought I got a key. Padlock key. Unlock. Video store door. Nope, it is not for that. Okay. Let us continue on. I saw a guy poke his head out the corner here, so let's go back here, because I thought we were the only one. It's a dude. Look at Hermit. The man in the alley seems extremely nervous in your presence. He looks as though he hasn't taken a bath in a year or 2. You don't know what the native lifespan is, but he looks ancient. He's wearing some kind of personal stereo. Hi, Ruby. Welcome. Welcome to Space Walrus Gaming. Okay. Let's talk to the hermit. Hey, you! Leave me alone. Who are you? I'm Herman Spiltmilk. Who are you? My choices are, I'm Rex Nebular, God's gift to the galaxy. Or, I'm Rex Nebular, space adventure and cool guy. Or, I'm Rex Nebular, and I'm shipwrecked here. Which one should I choose? Shipwrecked it is. I am Rex Nebular, and I am shipwrecked here. Shipwrecked? So you ain't one of them crazy women after all. What are you doing here? I'm hiding from them evil women. Why aren't there any women around here? There's a lot of anti-female security systems from the war still working around here. It's not safe for them in this city. Can't the women just use that gender bender thing? They almost never use that thing to come in here. They hate being men so much that they'd sooner leave this entire city alone than be men, even for a few hours. War? What are you talking about? I am speaking of the Great Gender War. Almost 100 years ago, the sexes of this planet went to war. It was horrible. I was barely a teenager when it ended. I guess the women won. How did they do it? While the men perfected the physical sciences, the women worked on biological stuff. They developed a virus that would kill off all the men on the planet. Worked, too. Of course, it also fixed them women so they can't conceive male children. Now they really need that gender bender to keep their race going. What does the city have to do with all this? This is Metropolis, the city of men. It was built a few years into the war as a safe place for male non-combatants to live. Of course, it didn't help much in the end. So what do you do here? Well, I used to walk around and listen to music all day, but my Squawkman hasn't worked in a month or two. I used up every battery I could find in this whole city. I miss my music. A lot. Squawkman. I had a Walkman. Back in my compact disc era. Do you know anything about a precious vase? Vase? Well, if it were rare, it's probably in the part of Bill Big Fish's art collection. He was governor here when we lost the war. Word was, he had a pretty decent art collection. How do you get around? Everything's locked. Well, it used to be that everyone in this city had an ID card to let them go places. I lost my old one, so I had to make one up. It isn't very good, but it works. Do you think I could borrow that ID card? I'll tell you what, I'll give you the ID to keep if you can find me some batteries for this here Squawkman. I'll try to find you some batteries. Great. I don't get around as easy as I used to. Walking around this city is a real chore these days. Where's the governor's collection? The governor lived in the tallest building in the city. His penthouse was the only thing that stuck up above the city rim. I don't think you can get there anymore. That part of the city is fallen apart. Too bad you can't fly. See you later. Alright, later. Okay, so I need to get batteries for this dude, and he will give me an ID card. Look at trash. All sorts of trash has been dumped here. This looks like your bedroom on the pig. Look at refrigerator. This refrigerator looks older than that hermit. Rust has replaced the enamel finish in most places. The hinges also appear badly rusted. Can we open the refrigerator? Not likely. Those hinges might as well be welded shut. Look at the cardboard box. This could hold a large appliance for shipping, or a mid-sized person for sleeping. Look at graffiti. For the most part, the graffiti on the wall is no different from that which can be found in any city on any world. However, a few random scribblings like 73766, 347 and PTJT50A strike you as unusual. There are several good limericks and a candid opinion about the questionable parentage of someone named Bruce. A wave of poetic inspiration comes over you, but after searching your pockets you realize you forgot to bring your spray paint can. Yeah, old 90s Walkman. I remember when they finally had the buffering for the CDs so you could walk and bounce the Walkman and it wouldn't skip. That was a glorious day, because otherwise you'd try to go for a jog or something and your music would be skipping all the time, because every time you bounced up or down the Walkman would shake and it would miss the section it was reading on the disc. Alright, so I'm missing a few things. I need batteries. I need to find an extra set of bones. We'll see what we can do here. Oh, I don't need to look at the view screen. I need to hit the button. Maintenance access. Williams bypass. Okay, here we are, and we are now apparently above Polly's Pleasure Place, because there's a gigantic female statue, which is just below my feet, underneath the overpass. It's missing an arm, apparently. Look at the statue. The enormous statue stands in front of Polly's pleasure dome, and it is definitely in the correct proportions. Despite a missing right arm, she still manages to keep your interest for several minutes. You suddenly wish you were 50 feet tall. Look at maintenance building. Construction and maintenance crews must keep equipment in there. Look at city. Nothing special there. What's this? Look at control box. A padlock secures the control box. Door closed. The control box is showing signs of advanced decay, but the padlock, unfortunately, is not. Well, guess what? I happen to have a padlock key. Use the padlock key to unlock the control box. Walk over. Blink. Use padlock key to unlock control box. Once you removed the lock, the cover of the control box fell off. Being composed mostly of rust, the release lever crumbled in front of you. This caused the winches to release their grip on the ropes, sending the boat that was above the sandbar crashing down onto the street below. Well, that's the only easy way to lower a boat. And now we will get back in our car. Looks like we've hit all the places in the city. We're going to head back to the place we entered the city from, and we are going to attempt to use the teleporter and get back to a place where we can find more bones. And if I can't find it, we'll have to reload. Well, there's a skeleton here. Can we take the skeleton? Maybe I can throw that. We can't take that. Okay, well, I guess that's a no. Okay. We're going to go into the teleporter. We are going to take the repair list and read it. I think 7647 was the code for the jungle that we came from, where we picked up the bones to begin with. Alright, we are back at the jungle. We will head south to the giant woman's hut. And there's only a skull there. Can we take the skull? No, it's too large. Okay, we're a little bit in trouble here then. I've got a pen light here. You unscrew the cap of the pen light. Inside you find a pair of Durafail cells. Har har har. There's no apparent corrosion, but the cells have completely lost their charge. Okay, you know what, friends? Since I did a dumb, instead of running all over the place, we're going to reload the game real quick. And we will drive back to Abdul's and solve this correctly. And I won't be slow, and I won't let that dog come back. Couldn't do anything there. It's residential area, sea window, Abdul's service station. This is the era of game where travel times and replace things like loading screens. So back when you played this on old DOS systems, it took a while for the cars to move from area to area because it was using it to load the new screen. All right, so we got barking dog going arf, 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 arf. We are going to take the bones and we are going to throw bones over fence, and then we will immediately run in. Zoom, dog goes over the edge. We walk into the building. Dog comes back through the window, continues to bark. We will throw the bone at the danger zone. And then we will push the down button. Hey Mutt, catch this. Splat. Roadkill. I just crushed a dog. I am a terrible person. And there's some gore stuck to the bottom side of the car. Look at rear of garage. Grease and oil stains discolor the garage floor in many places. There's also a fresh pink stain beneath the car of the lift. Yeah, well, the dog seriously was hungry enough to eat me up to the point where all that remained were my clothes, so he got a chance to eat me a few times. I feel like I had a chance to crush him. We are going to take the poly cement. Think. First, you verify that the cap is on tight. Then, the one time you forgot to do this, you ended up with an empty tube forever attached to the inside of your pocket. The tube is still malleable, so the poly cement must still be fresh. You slip it into your pocket. Yeah, poor pupper. Can I take... I can't take the toolbox. Can I take the jack? You have no need for the jack right now. Hubcaps, coils, fan belts, calendar, trash can, car seat, garage floor, muffler, storage box, rear view mirror. This looks like any other rear view mirror. It's about 100 times smaller than the one on the slippery peg because we had a massive mirror on our spaceship because we are just that sort of cheesy person who also has a wood fireplace on his spaceship. Okay, we will take the rear view mirror. You pick up the rear view mirror and stuff it in your pocket. A passing glance reveals you desperately need a shave. We shall gaze into the rear view mirror. You need a shave. Well, thank you. And now that we've done this, we can actually go back and do some of the other things that we needed to do. So we're going to get back in our little car here, and we are going to go back to the place that had the laser. Is our next stop. If you remember, there was a knockoff Cabbage Patch doll used as a target for a big gun, and we turned it on and fired our laser and obliterated the doll, only to have the laser not be able to turn off. So now we're going to take advantage of the fact that we have a high-powered laser that's just constantly stuck in the on stage. Driving a truck, driving a big old truck, rolling down the interstate just trying to make a buck. Got these 18 wheels a-rolling until the break of dawn. Driving a truck with my high heels on. Okay, back into the laboratory. Yeah, Cabbage Patch dolls would probably be real scary. Alright, so our laser here, firing at the target, is constantly stuck in the on position. We are going to put our rear view mirror on the pedestal. Uh-oh. Artsy, can you take care of that?
Mm-hmm.
We put the rear view mirror on the pedestal in the path of the laser. You skillfully place the rear view mirror on the pedestal in the path of the laser. You manage to reflect it straight up, where it burns its way through the ceiling. So now, this laser is shooting straight up into the air outside the city. And apparently it zapped a flying pterodactyl that was flying over the city. But more importantly, it seems to have burned a hole straight through the top layer of this city. So we got to go upstairs and see the damage. Okay, Artsy, growing pains for everyone in this household. For me as a streamer, you as a mod, Babs is just growing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alright, so above where I am, according to this little computer display map, is the residential's area, so we will go there next. I'm really excited here because in 2 days' time, if everything goes well, our gaming group will be playing Wicked Ones, which is a role-playing game about being a group of evil creatures building a dungeon and causing mischief and mayhem in the world around you. And one of the things I find really interesting about the gaming system, which is based off of the Forged in the Dark role-playing system, is that it's intended to be a action movie, is kind of the way that it describes how the game feels. And much of the responsibility of building the world and telling the story is on the players as much as the game master. So I'm super excited for that. Okay, so we walked back into Bruce's, our lovely diva, and discovered that the laser has burned a hole straight through Bruce's household, which is deeply unfortunate for Bruce, if he was still here. But if we go into the other room, let's not walk through the laser beam, because Rex seems to be the sort of person that would do that. We will walk into Bruce's back room again, and we're going to take that compact case. And we are going to use the mirror of the compact case to reflect the laser beam into the safe and zap a hole in the padlock. Use mirror to reflect a laser beam. Use compact case to reflect laser beam. You skillfully and carefully place the compact case in the laser beam. Zzz. And I zapped. Wow! I zapped a hole in the safe. So now I will open the safe. Bloop. What's in the safe? In the safe, we have a door key. You stare intently at the door key for several moments. Okay, let's take door key. Ba-dink. This thin door key has the word sludge engraved on it. No fun. Nothing else in the safe. So we shall now exit Bruce's. And get back in our car. And we shall be on the road again. Okay, things to do. So North Sea window, Abdul service station, Buckluster video, Williams bypass. We'll go here first. Then we'll go back to Buckluster and talk to the dude that wants the batteries. So back here at the overpass, we are going to drop the boat that was hanging over the sandbar, because we will need that boat later. So we're going to use the padlock key to unlock the control box. So while we go and retrace some of the steps that we did prior to me reloading the save, how is everybody doing? Okay, the boat goes crashing onto the street below. That's one way to lower a boat. And we'll get back in our car. Yeah, I'm sorry, Artsy. Being sick is no fun at all. Go down the alleyway to the hermit. And from here we will talk to the hermit. Aw, there's a rat on the box. Hey, buddy. I'm just going to go and speed through this conversation again. It's going to give me the backstory about why there's no women here and what happened to the planet. And why the women don't just use the genderbender thing. Ask about the war. Ask how the women won the war. Ask about the city. How do you get around? What do you do around here? Think I could borrow that ID card. I'll try to find you some batteries. Anything about a vase? Where's the governor's collection? Alrighty, we shall see you later. And now that I've gotten the quest to get the batteries, we will enter Buckluster using the door key. We're going to use door key to unlock video store door. Key, door, door, key. Let's give it a whirl. I wonder if there are any X-rated videos. Oh God. Rex. Look at logo. This is the most pompous logo you've ever seen, with the possible exception of the Asynix Communications logo back on Umbilical 4. Look at banner. You stare intently at the banner for several minutes. Okay, nothing interesting about the banners. Look at drama videos. This place has thousands of titles. Too bad you don't own a player anymore. Look at Civilization ad. Civilization, the movie. You wonder if the movie could possibly be as good as the game. As Microprose is the producers of the original Civilization. Look at Marx Bros poster. You grew up watching Harpo, Groucho, and Carl. Look at Pippi billboard. There's no question about it. That has got to be the ugliest kid you have ever seen. Look at comedy videos. Look at video monitor. The monitor on the counter is playing some new release, which you find uninteresting in its complete lack of sex and violence. The monitor hanging from the shelf is playing a horror video called The Return of Slash. You are not interested in watching this film. Remember that Dr. Slash was the woman who was quizzing me on the operating table back when I was captured. All right. Look at phone handset. This is the part of the telephone you pick up and talk into, Einstein. Take phone handset. Blink. It's a cordless phone. You grab the handset off the base unit. We shall disassemble the phone handset. You pry open the battery slot on the handset and discover 2 phone cell batteries inside. The power source of this phone must still be active because you seem to have kept the batteries fully charged. You pocket the power cells for future reference. I have phone cells. I wonder if they are good enough for our hermit friend. Let us exit Buckluster. Let's see if these batteries work. Okay, give phone cells to Hermit. He takes the cells. Thanks. Wait a minute. This here's a 4-battery Squawkman. You only gave me 2 batteries. You take these back and go get some more. 2 batteries. Well, geez, you could have said that to begin with. Dude, I don't know that your Walkman takes 4 batteries. All right. Well, let's go get some more batteries. See, I'd say that all we do have to do is go back to the female compound and enter the personal quarters of some of them, but unfortunately they didn't put that in the game. Although I'm sure Dilba would yell at me for taking their ambassadorial items from the bedrooms of said women. What, Archie? What? Space Walrus Gaming is a 16+ channel. Alright, the pen light had a couple of batteries in it, so we will disassemble the pen light. Durafail cells. There's no apparent corrosion, but the cells have completely lost their charge. So we will put the Durafail cells into the phone handset. You slip the Durafail cells into the phone handset. They fit snugly against the contacts. we will put the phone handset on the phone cradle. Bleep. You place the handset firmly into the cradle. The charging light blinks red. And now we will leave. Because time has to pass to charge things, ladies and gentlemen. It is not instantaneous. Not even in the 90s. Oh, man. Must have been mid-90s or so. Maybe a little closer to late 90s. Like 97, 98 era. I had a friend that had a one of those remote control cars with the really massive battery pack that you had to plug into the wall. And I remember it would take like 3 or 4 hours to charge that battery pack to get like 10 minutes of radio controlled car usage out of it. Okay, we don't need to go to the bypass. We need to go to the maintenance elevator. Don't need to go to there or there. Unfortunately, I think I've done everything else I needed to do at the moment. So we're just going to drive somewhere and drive back, I think. Oh, I know. Let's go say hi to Nessie again and let it blep its tongue at me. All right. Audie, I really like this game. The descriptions are great. Thank you. I am doing my absolute best to give a wonderful running commentary of everything that's happening. So in order to advance game time, not gay time, that's something else, I went to the north window and saw Nessie, and now I'm going to turn around, get back in the car, and go back to the Blockbuster spinoff, Buckluster. Oh, I passed it. There's so many cheesy gags in this game that I absolutely love. Well, like the splatted suction cup cat on the car. Just all the parodies of actual things in real life, like Buckluster instead of Blockbuster, fuzzy dice or rear view mirror on the slippery pig. Just dumb little shit like that, and it is clear that the designers of the game had a bunch of fun doing this. Look at take phone handset. Okay, you grab the handset off the base unit. We shall disassemble. Okay, you open the battery slot in the handset and remove your Durafale cells. Leaving them in the phone seems to have paid off because they now each show a full charge. Let's go back down the alleyway to our lovely hermit who lives out amongst the trash, which is strange because you'd think in a city full of it's completely empty, he could go literally anywhere he wanted to go, but be cool to see a remake of this game for like the 2020s and play it years in the future. Yeah, like, man, cordless phone handsets, not really a thing anymore. I mean, yeah, I guess landlines, but who has a landline?
We do.
Oh yeah, we have a landline. But not by choice. It came with the apartment.
So banking.
All right, let's talk to the hermit. Yo, Herman. What can I do for you? Here, take these batteries. Doop-a-doop. He takes the batteries, he sticks them in the Walkman. Wow, thanks a lot. I got my music back. I'm gonna go teleport back to my other home in the woods. I need some fresh air. Here, take the fake ID I promised you. It ain't the best fake ID, but it works pretty good around here. Music, great. And he moonwalks away because he's apparently reincarnated Michael Jackson. And does a little dance and continues to moonwalk.
Do a little dance, do a little walk down.
And I did it. My way. What? It's what he's saying. Something that someone told me is that nowadays, like when kids go to simulate holding a telephone to their head, they use the flat of their palm with the top of, they hold their hand straight and use the tips of their fingers as the earpiece and their palm as the microphone because smartphones are flat. And back in my day, when I was a young whippersnapper, we made a fist and then extended our thumb up and our pinky finger out because handsets were curved, like the old school rotary phones. I thought that was an interesting change in the culture.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I've got a fake ID. And I am going to make good use of this fake ID. Audie, did you ever play with an old school rotary phone? Where do I need to go? I need to go to the mall. Not the East Maintenance Elevator. Polly's Pleasure Dome. Sledge Mall, that's where I'm going. Yeah, that's really cool. I'd say that that's a skill that not even many millennials don't actually know how to use a rotary phone. Because my family had a rotary phone when I was 3. I remember being taught how to use it in case I ever needed to call home for some reason and I was out. One of those, like, learn this number, because it was in the days of Rolodexes, not digital contact books. And then, like, so if you ever got lost, you could give the number for an adult to call, or you could get access to a phone and call it, and then be able to get my parents so I'd come home. So I was taught how to use a rotary phone. All right, so we got a fake ID. There's an ID card slot at this elevator in front of the Sledge Mall. So we are going to put the fake ID into the card slot. Boop. Going up, please. And we will ride the elevator up. And now I am on a ledge overlooking the city. And there's a little laser beam off in the distance. Oh, look, it's another bone pile. Oh, looks like there's bones and an ID card in the bones. A nearly complete humanoid skeleton lies scattered about near the teleporter entrance. There are many recognizable bones in the small heap. Half buried in the bones is a small laminated card. Look at ID card. Okay, we shall take the ID card. Bloop. Identification. Buck naked. Security level 01. Or 01. Now that's a decent ID. It appears that Buck had a decent security clearance too. Buck naked. Audie, your family had the rotary phone as their landline. That is really cool. Fun history fact, you used to have to rent your phone handsets and pay the telephone company for the pleasure of having a phone on a monthly basis. All right, we got this fishing line. We are going to tie the fishing line to this hook that's right here. And we're going to launch the drop the fishing line down off the edge. And it says you skillfully tie the fishing line to the metal hook, then toss the fishing line toward the large statue below of the giant woman. Giant woman. All I want to be is the Rex who gets to see a giant woman. So off in the distance of the cityscape is this tall black phallic tower, and the hermit said something about the rich dude having the only part of the city that extended up above the rim of the volcano. So let's use our binoculars to look at the tall building. And what do we see? We see a bunch of old people portraits and a vase. Ooh, it's a sparkling purple vase. I wonder if this is the vase I need. Maybe. Just maybe. Alrighty. Hold that elevator. Going down. So, I gotta find a way to enter the tall black phallic object and acquire the crown jewel inside. Sounds kind of naughty. Yes, I do say it like that, Artsy. One of my many talents is making anything sound naughty. We're gonna head for the base of that giant woman and find the fishing line that we tossed down to her. I would love some hot cocoa. Maybe even with a marshmallow. Ooh, even 2 marshmallows. Oh my, how risque. Okay, so down here in front of the sandbar is the boat that we dropped when we unlocked the winch that was holding it up. And next to said boat is the fishing line that also dropped down. So we will take the fishing line. Can we do that? And we will attach the fishing line to the boat. Okay. Our boat is now tied to the fishing line, which is tied to the top of the elevator in the overlook of the city. I don't know, Audie. Marshmallows were not a terrible thing, if I recall. They were interesting. You weren't quite sure how to feel about it. But I don't remember you immediately going, ew, this is the worst thing ever. Okay, what else do we have to do? We tied off the boat. Oh, I remember. We gotta go back to actually use that high quality ID card to get into a place I could not get into before. City security. We shall use Buck Naked's ID card and enter the security center of the city. Alrighty. ID card. Put ID card in card slot. Bink. Going in. Apparently in space, doors are all sliding doors. Okay, we are in some sort of command center. Let's look around. Look at monitoring equipment. The monitoring equipment looks like it must have been used to keep tabs on various automatic functions of the city. Look at photon rifles. You are quite familiar with the Leamington OK4 photon rifle. It fires a coherent stream of photons at the target, burning it to a crisp. Look at nuclear slingshot. Cool! You saw one of these on display at a Future Weapons conference. The exhibition was phenomenal. Ever since then, you've always wanted to carry one around in your back pocket. How would a nuclear slingshot even work? Look at water cooler. You're a bit thirsty, but the water looks stagnant. The bottle probably hasn't been changed in at least 100 years. Look at storage box. This large wooden box does not appear to have any openings. You would think the top would lift off, but can't get it to budge. Look at warning label. You get an eerie feeling that maybe you shouldn't be here. It's the same feeling you had right before you were blown out of the sky. Look at file cabinets. The cabinets are empty. They must have been moving just before they all went... where? Look at monitor. The monitor displays pertinent information on suspects, such as hair color, height, weight, social diseases, etc. Look at desk. You assume that this is where the booking process takes place. Reading your rights, thumbprinting, taking mug shots. You know the routine. Look at detonators. Ooh, detonators. Let us take the detonators. Ba-doop. You carefully pick up the detonators and put them gingerly in your pocket, making a mental note not to do any jumping jacks for a while. Not that Rex would be the sort of person that did it anyway. Look at pipe. Nothing interesting. We already looked at the monitoring equipment. Railing is nothing interesting. Good chair, nothing interesting. Like a guard station, nothing interesting. Okay, it seems like I have gotten everything I need from here. What else do I have to do? Let's see here. Go do a once last look through the city options and see what else is present, and then I think we will be ready to move on toward the end game, and I will probably actually finish this game tonight. It's really not all that long of a game, to be honest, but then the game is only 10 megabytes in size, so most games of this era were not. Which means I gotta start thinking about what I want to do next. Oh my. Okay, went to City Security, went to Kane Laboratory and Macho Pro Software. We did what we needed to do at Sandbar Restaurant. We'll eventually go to Sledge Mall. We did what we needed at Bruce's. North Sea Window. Abdul's service station, we crushed the dog. Buckluster video, we got the ID card. Williams bypass, we dropped the bench. Yeah, I think, ladies and gentlemen and NBs, we are ready to go toward the end game. I'll save here before we actually do this, because it is kind of a point of no return. Oh yeah, we are fully representative here, Audie. NBs exist. They are not invisible people. We should all be aware of and appreciate and love our NBs. As well as our men and our women. And potentially other expressions of gender identity. Okay, so Nessie here. Ultimately, we got to get to that tall black tower, but we can't access it through the conventional means of an elevator, so that entire part of the city is collapsed. We did see a teleporter over there, but if we try to teleport there, its security routines are iffy and it will cause us to die a gruesome, horrible death. And so we are going to get to there by flooding the entire city and riding that boat all the way we need to go. Go ahead and save here. Now, in order to flood the city, we're going to have to blow up this glass wall. Fortunately for us, we have charge cases, which we filled with explosives. And we have the detonators. We can attach detonators to charge cases to make bombs. You attach detonators to charge cases. You wire the detonators to the explosives inside the charge cases. You now have a fine pair of bombs. You can do fun things like rub the bomb. You gently rub one of the bombs. You rub it some more. You rub it a little harder. The side of the bomb is starting to get shiny, but the nitrate genie still does not make an appearance, so you give up. Oh, that makes me laugh. Nitrate genie. Because explosives often contain nitrates. Isn't it? Nitrates are explosive compounds. Okay, so we got our bombs. We gotta blow up this glass wall, but if we blow up the glass wall while we're here, we'll either die in the explosion or we will die in the flooding. So we will use the target module, and we will put the target module in bombs. Okay, so that's not the way to do it, apparently. Close, pull, give, talk to. Maybe put bombs in target module? No, not target module. Am I doing timer module? Silly me. There we go. Time bomb. You hook the timer module onto the end of the bomb and wire it to the detonator. This should now function as a crude time bomb once you activate the timer module. We shall set the time bomb. You should find a good place to put it first. Setting the timer and then finding a place to put it could be an extremely stressful experience. Okay, we will put the time bomb on the ledge. You carefully place the time bomb on the small ledge in front of the window. You set the timer for 5 minutes, but get a little nervous when the timer jumps from 4:49 to 4:02. This timer must be a little flaky. You should probably seek safety now. All right, let's run to the car. As the timer threatens to go off randomly. Setting the timer and then trying to find a place to put it would be a very stressful experience. Yes, it would. Ah, they don't write games like they used to. We are going to head back to the maintenance elevator. Bombs. There's a lesson you must learn. First you pillage, then you burn. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yep. Sound advice from the heathens in my life. Pillage, then burn. Okay. Will it make me actually use the ID card here? Yes. Put ID card, card slot, going up. And now we should get a little bit of a cutscene. Maybe not yet. Does it make me wait 5 minutes? Like, actually? Nope. There we go. Guess the timer really didn't last for 5 minutes. So we're back at the seawall, and we're hearing that beep. Boom. It explodes, the glass cracks. Water begins flooding in from the ocean to fill the entire city. And in badly rendered, low-quality imagery, we see the body of the sea creature slip through the open window. Now our boat is floating. Also, the city filled up relatively instantaneously for one window being broken. We are going to pull on the fishing line that we so smartly tied off the boat, and we will pull the boat to the side of the ledge. Science! And now we will climb into the boat. Bloop. This is a rocket-powered boat, which is just freaking awesome. And we drive toward it, and uh-oh, Nessie came back. And he is big and scary. Now, we want Nessie. This game teaches us that when you have a really big, dangerous, scary monster, the way that you kill it is by putting something dangerous inside of a piece of food and throwing it at the monster. So we will put the bomb into the chicken. And we have made a chicken bomb. In a fit of frustration, you jam a bomb into the chicken. You are now the proud owner of a chicken bomb, and you can't wait to light this baby off somewhere and watch the drumsticks fly. Yes, Artsy, that would be hysterical. And now we will throw the chicken bomb at the sea monster. Hiya! Yummy! It licks its lips, and the bomb explodes in the monster's head, blowing the head off, and the body collapses into the water. Great! Did you see that? That monster certainly won't be bothering you anymore. You wipe a lymph node from your cheek, remove a piece of tongue from your seat, and sit back down. And now we shall rocket forward toward the tower. Okay, I am right by the tower, which the water just so happened to fill up just enough for me to go to the top window of this tower, because of course it did. I am going to take this bottle that is in the water. Being careful not to tip the boat, you reach over and pick up the bottle. We are going to fill the bottle with water, and we will fill it, call it 3/4 full. We'll see about that. You scoop some water into the bottle, being careful to fill it in only 3/4 of the way to the top. The bottle feels much heavier now, and is starting to be difficult to carry around. Because apparently I am a weak noodle. And we will go here. Hello, Carly May! Welcome, welcome. We are just in time to see me finishing up Rex Nebular. You missed the chicken bomb, exploding a giant sea monster's head off. Apparently, I also slurp loud enough for the mic to pick up, so I'll be a little better about doing that right in the middle of the microphone. All right, let's climb into the large phallic tower. And there's the vase. Look at vase. This is it. You are elated to finally be within arm's reach of Colonel Stone's precious vase. Light scintillates through the lavender-colored crystal. Look at pedestal. A lovely violet crystal vase sits atop this decorative pedestal. Look at portrait. 3 hand-painted oil paintings grace the northern wall of the room. There appears to be a family resemblance between these gentlemen, but you do not recognize any of them. There are nameplates beneath each portrait. Look at nameplate. From left to right, they read, Spatacious T. Bigfish, W. Widepipe Bigfish, and Benjamin Deep Post Bigfish. The devious looks in their eyes convince you that these portraits represent 3 generations of politicians. Look at old vase. Although pretty, this vase does not match the description Colonel Stone gave you. Look at old teacup. The small, fragile teacup appears to be made of extremely fine porcelain. Okay. Well, take vase. Up, and I just got killed by laser beams. Okay. Nice security system. The moment you lifted the vase off the pedestal, you had a bad accident involving half a dozen laser beams. You have only a few seconds to ponder the problem before your scorched body expires. Yes, the chicken bomb, Carly Mae. And if you have a child, you're calling it sputacious. I like that. We are going to put the bottle on the pedestal. Bloop. Nope. Apparently, the bottle was too heavy. Unfortunately, the bottle was too heavy. You have mere moments to consider your error before the charred remains of your heart issue a final thump. So I just totally tried to Indiana Jones this and failed. Let's give that another shot, shall we? I love how low stakes this game is. Okay, we emptied the bottle. We shall exit the room. We shall fill the bottle with water, and this time we're only going to do it to 1/4 full. We'll see if we have to Goldilocks this or if we don't need that much water in this. Put bottle on pedestal. You also missed the killer dog that ate me up and instantaneously left nothing but clothing. Okay, this time the bottle was too light. So, apparently, this is the Goldilocks situation, and you needed it half full, which would be just right. So let's get back in. Let's empty the bottle. Let's refill the bottle with water. Can't try that again. And we'll fill it to 1/2 full. Question, at which point do I just become a ghost? I don't. I have infinite lives because time rewinds to give me another option. Put the bottle on the pedestal. Bloop. Dun 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 dun! At last, after all you've been through, you finally have your hands on Colonel Stone's precious vase. The many possible uses for 75,000 galactars flash through your head. A new ship. Lolita. A lifetime supply of firewood. Lolita. Apparently I know someone named Lolita. And apparently, $75,000 is enough for Lolita? I don't know. I have the option to break the vase. All right, I'm going to open up that repair list so I can read off the codes. I believe I needed 4026 was the spaceport. Okay, we are back at the spaceport with the You Stupid eyesight test on the wall. Okay, pad 2 is on remote, so that's safe to exit for. And I think we're going to go and finish the game here. Huzzah! Walk past the first spaceship that has a palm tree growing through it, because of course it would. And we will enter the second spaceship, which the intro that we watched last week showed us actually being landing in. So this is our escape vehicle. And now we've got to do a few things. We've got that nice little crack in the windshield. So we will apply the poly cement to the crack. You squirt a large blob of poly cement into the deepest section of the crack. The cement hardens almost instantly. You are confident that your handiwork will allow you to fly through space without losing cabin pressure, because that would be terrible. Also, I apparently have a roll of toilet paper here. Whoever owned this ship was prepared for long journeys. Yes, they were. Look at controls. After spending a moment examining the controls, you are confident you could fly this ship. Look at instrumentation. The instrumentation appears to be in working order. Look at the status panel. Glancing at the status panel, you learn that you have a full tank of fuel, that the warp coils are in good shape, and that you are sitting in a 1 gravity field. Look at service panel. Okay. The service panel has a bunch of things. Look at service panel. You carefully look at the service panel. Make note of service panel. Okay. Life support module. It'd be unwise to remove the life support module. Install target module. Boop. Install shield modulator. Boop. I have put the shields and the targeting modules into the ship. I have sealed the crack in the windshield. I have the vase. I have anything else I need? Remote, credit share, perilous, tape player, log, binoculars. All right. Let us give it a whirl. Pull throttle. Oh, nothing happened. Oh, that's right. You give the throttle a few pulls and realize this ship was designed for low gravity or null gravity launches. You are sitting in full gravity. The ship is not going anywhere. That is right. We've got a remote. We shall activate the remote to enable the anti-gravity field, which killed the kangaroo creature last time. Anti-gravity field activates. Ship should be able to launch now. Pull. Throttle. You give the throttle a pull and feel the engines fire up. I'm out of here. Aw, Carly May, so great you started this channel. It's honestly the best thing to watch, listen to while it's working. Thank you, I'm so happy. And so we have taken off from the planet. We are flying through space. And it looks like I pulled out the guns on my little tiny ship here. The guns folded out from the wings. And I'm approaching the giant red phallic lady's ship, and I fly up and I just blast it with my lasers and fly by. There's a big bright flash in the woman's cockpit, and then the entire ship goes kablooey in a cloud of blue smoke. I brake, come to a stop, and it looks like I enter hyperspeed or warp space or whatever, however they sci-fi this. And now I am back in front of Colonel Stone as I was at the start. I have told my story. So you see, I've earned my 75,000 galactars. Oh, and Rex gestures and knocks the vase off of the desk, crashing it onto the floor and breaking into 1,000 pieces. So, all that for nothing. Roll credits. Excuse me while I deep throat 2 marshmallows. I'm gargling them, you might say. Alrighty, and that is Rex Nebular and the Cosmic Genderbender. Yep, I guess no Lolita, apparently. All right. Well then, I wasn't actually really expecting to finish the game an hour early, so I gotta figure out what we want to do next. Because I still have some time. Any thoughts? Other games that's similar? That's a great question. Let me just pull up my massive list of old games that I happen to own. And we'll take a look. GOG is telling me I own 572 video games, which is kind of ridiculous, all things considered. Point and click vibe that's tongue-in-cheek. All right. Do I have anything else that's adventure? Okay, more amazing retro games, Carly May. Okay. Oh man. See, this is me just assuming I'll have all content for 3 hours and then I go and finish in 2. I guess it's not like Animal Crossing where I can just, there's always something else that I can be doing.
Would you like me to boot up Animal Crossing?
RT would give me Animal Crossing to play around, and I would be so worried that I would screw something up on their island.
You can design Happy Home Paradise. You complain about.
I can complain about Happy Home Paradise. I have terrible interior decorating skills. Nobody wants to see that.
I mean,
you kind of want to see it.
You want me to count it?
Maybe as a fallback.
Okay.
Maybe as a fallback. Oh, things to play, things to play. Tongue-in-cheek. Honeycam Studio, a management game about managing cam girls. Might be a little bit more than 16 as a rating. Whole bunch of old school Might and Magic games, but they're not, I don't think they're particularly tongue-in-cheek. They're pretty much played straight fantasy. There's Portal, could always play that. That's not tongue-in-cheek though, although the some of the commentary in Portal is pretty hysterical. There's old school Roller Coaster Tycoon. I want to find a game that's not like time-based or real-time, because it gives me time to sit and chat with you guys and describe what's going on. Games like that are real-time strategy don't really give you the option of taking things slowly. You can always play The Sims. Oh, I could do the Sims 2 Apocalypse mode, which is like hard mode, but for the Sims. That would be interesting. Whole bunch of Star Wars games. Stardew Valley. Oh yeah, Apocalypse mode for Sims 2 is a user-created hard mode for Sims, where it limits what you can do until you meet certain accomplishments. Which is, there's like pages and pages of rules that you have to follow until you, like in the different things that you check off, accomplish this, and that unlocks another thing that you can do in the game. I think I loved The Sims as a kid. My biggest difficulty is I fell in love with my Sims, and the fact that starting in Sims 2 they aged and died really got to me. It's like I don't want to lose my Sim. I want to keep them around forever. But I owned literally every expansion pack for the original Sims. Literally every expansion pack. I have so many real-time strategy games. That is a time in Space Walrus's life that I don't know if I'll ever really get back to. XCOM's kind of fun. That's super strategy and it's turn-based, but it's not really tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, why not? Well, I'll have to do a installation of Sims 2, but it'll take a few minutes. I can chat with you guys while that goes on. I'm sure that people streaming Sims are doing Sims 4 nowadays. This might take a little longer than I anticipated because I think I have to reinstall Origin on your computer, Artsy, since we lost it when the P drive crapped out. So we'll just have to have more chatting times with me, and if you don't quite get to the gameplay, I can at least talk about it. Let's see here. While go to download Origin, all these crazy different game launchers. I guess they call it the EA app now instead of Origin. Okay. Yeah. Worst case scenario we plan for next week. All the old games I have. Oh boy. Oh boy, that would be pretty incredible. I think, out of the 500 and some odd games that I have, I don't believe I've even played half of them, to be perfectly honest with you. Apocalypse mode for Sims 2 you found, Blink? Okay, if you can pass that on to me through Discord. Oh, you can. Can you? I don't know if you. Oh, you can because you're in the mod. Okay, SimsLegacyChallenge.com. That's right. Alrighty, let's see here. Sims 2 Apocalypse Challenge rules. This is Pinstar's Apocalypse Challenge for Sims 2. Okay. It is the Super Bowl, and all across the region, people are watching. The whistle blows for halftime, and every Sim in the city goes to use the toilet. Every single toilet in the region is flushed at the same time. The resulting drop in water pressure causes the 3 nuclear power plants in the area to go critical and melt down, devastating the region. Thankfully, the founder is off at college when this happens, but when he returns to start his family, he finds a very different world he must survive in. Audie, you like baby food pouches. How interesting. What flavors? The rules. The following is a set of harsh restrictions the family must obey. Each set of restrictions is tied to a specific career field. When a Sim reaches level 10 in that career field, that restriction is lifted. A single Sim may only lift one restriction in his or her lifetime, so it will take 10 generations of Sims to fully clear the restrictions. Ooh, here's a question. Do I remember my EA password? Actually, Artsy, on my computer, you can probably find the password.
And it has been saved on a browser.
Yeah, it should be in the saved in my browser. Chrome, most likely.
That's really work.
Nope, that didn't work. Okay, we shall wait a moment. Apple, mango, yellow carrot, and peach. Oh my.
That's good.
That is an interesting combination of flavors. That sounds like something that Babs would enjoy. Also, yellow carrot. You're branching out into different colors of carrot. I'm proud of you.
Which one?
It should be either EA or Origin. If there's a couple options, because I've probably changed my password over the years, I can give you the sticky notes here and you can write it on there. Well, we enjoy having some bravery in trying out new flavors and new combinations and things that you might not think you like and then realize that you do. All right, so while Artsy does the kindness and finds my ancient expired login information, blah, blah, blah. The following is a set of harsh restrictions, yada, yada. A single sim may only lift one restriction in his or her lifetime. To lift all 14 of the main restrictions, it will take 14 different sims. The hopelessness and alien technology restrictions do not count towards one restriction per sim limit. Only sims part of the bloodline and the spouses to heirs can unlock restrictions. Adopted sims, spouses to non-heirs, and servos cannot lift restrictions. The founder starts as a young adult in college. No, normal password. None of the restrictions apply to the founder in college, as the disaster has not happened yet. Founders may bring up to 3 items back from college that were purchased with their own money. If the founder graduates, one of these items must be the diploma. The founder may not start an off-campus business. The founder must leave college after 9 semesters. If the founder goes on academic probation, those extra semesters count against the 9 you are allowed. It's on Discord? Okay.
I don't know if that made sense.
Okay, well, I almost had it right then. I was 1 character off. Haha, success. Archie to the rescue. Oh, okay, it's going to send a code now to my email address. It's the HubSpot email address.
Oh.
I know, I'm sorry. It should be on the...
Here you go.
Okay, awesome. What else do we have to do? Founders who graduate on time, 8 semesters, may stay for the full post-graduation period. If the founder goes on academic probation once but still graduates, he or she must return to the neighborhood immediately after graduation. The founder does not need to graduate. The family lot must be on a desert or dirt tile set. When your founder returns to the neighborhood, move him or her into an empty 5x5 lot. Founders who join the secret society may move into a secret society safe house instead. These are pre-built and have depreciated a bit, so they cost less than building the same structure from scratch. There are 3 safe houses to choose from. You can download the bomb shelter, the shotgun shack, or the witch hut. You may still opt to start on a blank lot if you want to. Okay, here comes the code.
Oh, I'm sorry, wait, there's one more 0.
2 zeros. Thank you. Okay. I know I've got a lot of tabs. Don't want to EA play. My collection. I don't want to import friends from Steam. It's like a terrible option. What? Why is Sims 2 not showing up?
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Did they remove Sims 2 from my list? That would really frustrate me if they did. Why would they even do that? Why would they even do that? That makes me really sad. Carly, may you BR that be. And if I can do this game, we will do the Witch Hut. For sure, after I graduate college. But you know, since this is Cozy Gaming, we will spend the entire rest of the play today designing my character. Because that is what we do. Why, oh why do I not have access to Sims 2, but I do have access to Sims 4? Why? I think they removed Sims 2 from Origin. Holy crap. You may have to play Sims 4, in which case we'll have to find some hard mode challenge for that. Well, that's ridiculously frustrating. Yet another reason to hate
Is it
EA.
in the hidden games?
In hidden games?
Mm-hmm.
My collection, my game 16. I don't think I
It's
have
no
it.
longer available digitally through Origin. You do not already own it.
I do own it.
Oh,
What the heck?
weird.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Hmm.
A lot of people are saying.
Okay, some people are saying that contacting support and stressing that no, you did in fact own the game. Should give them back to that. EA angers me. Angers me so much. That is the one real problem about streaming or for digital games that require DRM is that at any point in time it can just be taken away from you. You don't actually own the games. Oh, that's super frustrating. Artsy, can you find some sort of hard mode challenge for Sims 4?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go ahead and download Sims 4 while we wait. Also, fun fact, Sims 4 is almost 10 years old.
There are 15 challenges ranked by difficult.
All right, will you find one that looks fun?
You could do the Black Widow challenge. What K Daisy does.
Well, you tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Pick something for me.
Okay.
Black Widow challenge. I know. Yeah, you said K Daisy does that, but I think Robin does that too, right?
Do they?
Well, for Sims 3, I think. Okay, well, we shall use our nice, fast
The legacy challenge is the same as the hard mode challenge, correct?
I guess.
Okay, so there's...
It's called Sims 2 Apocalypse Challenge. Super fast Korean internet, downloading and installing games quickly. Oh, at least what you're telling me is that Sims 2 is older than you are. That hurts me. That hurts me deep. Yeah, Sims 4 came out in 2014. Looking at some of the comments of people who have also lost older Sims game from Origin, support's like, sorry to hear that you're missing this old game. I encourage you to buy Sims 4. It's much better. No, I own 2. You were not like alive at all. Well, yeah, I would assume that you would not have been alive at all, Audie. It'd be kind of scary if you were partially alive in 2004. That would just be weird. Like Dune? What about Dune? I'm sorry. Oh. Being aware that being, alive, you mean like an animal? Preborn. Yeah, that would be creepy. Audie, if you were preborn, you'd be an abomination. Although your name's pretty close to, was it Aaliyah?
I think so.
Was her name?
I don't remember.
I'm drawing a blank right now in my Dune lore. I should know that better. I've read the books often enough. Alia. Alia. Alia of the Knife. There you go, Audie. Spirit form in your previous life. Welcome back, Carly May. Other games willing to play on my channel? Well, we could do the playthrough every game Space Walrus owns. That would be a very long list. And
Never run out of things to do.
I'd never run out of things to do. That's very true, especially if some of these take a long time to play. Like a lot of these.
You can do a counter.
Could do a counter.
You can
Yes, you can help me set that up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we want to talk like old school RPG adventures, could do Planescape Torment, which is probably the best computer role-playing game ever developed. A fascinating story about a guy who's immortal. He can't die. Every time he dies, he wakes up in the morgue on a slab, and his entire body is covered head to toe in tattoos telling him to do things, stuff that he doesn't remember because he wakes up and forgets everything about who he is. And there's a floating talking skull named Mort who says that he knows who this nameless one main character is and is here to help him. Such a fascinating game, Planescape. Also has a non-evil succubus in it. Yes, Audie, and it sounds really cool. And since it is old school computer RPG, everything is, although you walk around on the screen and its graphics, the whole thing is like text based. So you click on the button there for the text that you read that you want your character to say and get paragraphs of text back. What show is that, Ruby? What show did you used to watch? Did they make that into a movie, Carly May? I don't know. Planescape is a D&D campaign setting. I know that D&D is trying to take off as a franchise in the Marvel universe, so I would not be quite surprised if this upcoming D&D movie comes really popular, that you might see a Planescape setting movie at some point. But Sigil is the city of portals. It is the city that does not exist on the material plane, which is the plane that Earth and humans and all of everything we consider living to be. It exists in this little pocket dimension that is linked to every other plane of existence and is ruled by this towering bladed woman. And it is some sort of demigod no one quite knows, called the Lady of Pain, who just slaughters people that get in her way and interrupt her ruling of the city. Archie Gamer, Lady of Pain was my nickname in college. Is that what your sorority sisters called you? Or was that your nickname amongst the fraternities? That one, yeah. Don't mess with Artsy, or else you'll get a visit from the Lady of Pain. And then a college-age Artsy would appear in the doorway of their bedroom in the middle of the night, holding a bat. The only thing that they would whisper before the bat comes down on the kneecaps: "I'm not a lady." Audie and be a pain. Artsy's Punisher superhero lore finally established. Currently downloading Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. No, it wasn't sold because you lost it when the P drive broke. We had 2 hard drives fail, one on each of our computers in like the span of a month. It was really weird. And if you say Artsy in the mirror 3 times, you hear a honk behind you, and you turn around and there's this goose, and it just kind of opens its wings and goes, "What?" The show is Blind Spot, Ruby. Tell me about the show, because I've never heard of it. Listen. No, no. If Artsy's catchphrase is listen, then they must be like angry Navi. Hey, listen. Listen. Hey, listen. I know you've never played a Zelda game. Oh, I should emulate Ocarina of Time. Oh man. Back to not old school Zelda, but like elementary school Space Walrus Zelda. Artsy, do we have a hard mode challenge picked out?
Yeah, I gave.
Did you put it on Discord?
It's similar.
Blind Spot sounds like your kind of show just from the title, Audie. Aha, the achievement challenge.
I think it's pretty similar. Legacy.
Okay, let's pull this up. Rules and starting here. I will paste the rule set into chat. We can take a look. You have to create one sim. Young adult or teen is recommended but not required. You can play this challenge as the Legacy Challenge, then you have to follow the original Legacy Challenge rules for the starting. If you don't want to play this as the original Legacy Challenge, then move your sim into a house where she can afford. You don't have to cheat his or her money down to 0. You can't use cheats. What makes the challenge easier for you, like money and skill cheats. You can't use mods. There are optional goals. They're not required if you don't want, but they make the challenge more difficult. This is your choice. Your sim spouse can be anybody, a random sim, a pre-made sim, or someone you created and downloaded. You can adopt children, and they can be the next heir. The last generation is fixed. You can't change this. You have to finish this generation goals to finish the challenge. You can do the other 9 generations in any order. You can do all the generations or more than 9 if you want. Your founder can be human, alien, or a vampire. The 10th generation. Complete a family aspiration, max friendship with all his or her children, 2 child with the happy toddler or top-notch toddler traits, a teen, reach the top of one of their part-time careers. Optional goals, level 10 parenting skill, each child earns a responsible trait, level 10 in the scout career. Other generations have to choose 9 of these. 50 Mile High Club. Level 10 in rocket science. Level 10 in astronaut. Woohoo in the rocket ship at least once. Try for baby just in the rocket ship. Oh my. Yeah, can't use motherload, unfortunately. Ruby, the show is about a woman with no memory of who she is or how she got there. Is discovered naked in New York City with lots of tattoos that predict future events. Oh, interesting. That sounds really cool. Actually, while we're talking about that, since I haven't actually started a game yet, you know what? Screw it. We'll play Planescape Torment instead. I know I just installed Sims 4 and it's like, let's go, but no. Since it sounds interesting to a TV show that, and similar to a TV show you both like, Planescape Torment. It's probably considered the granddaddy of all CRPG games. And it also is a game with a buttload of different endings based on your choices throughout the series. So we'll give Planescape Torment a little try. We'll see how we're feeling. We go through the retro stuff because, frankly, although Sims 4 is almost a decade old, it's not really retro. It's not really retro.
The elitist sounding.
What?
I'm so elitist.
I'm so elitist.
It's not really retro.
It's not. It's not my brand. It's just not Space Walrus Gaming. I was in chemistry class today, and my little digital whiteboard that's infinitely zoomable was trying to resync, and it was like, please wait 30 seconds before reloading. So I started whistling the Jeopardy theme, and I was surprised at how many of my students knew it. Carly May, am I accidentally doing a you impression? I'll have to hopefully catch some of your live streams or videos so I can get a little bit better at it. Audie, you realize your gay awakening was Jamie Alexander from Blind Spot. Explains a lot about your life. Oh my. Oh my. I am going to need to set this up such that the OBS actually captures this game. So
It's similar in price than yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out as soon as this loads and it gives me control of my mouse back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tab out of that. Swap to stream this one, and we will find properties window will be interesting. It's not showing up. Oh, because it's a window.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to change the type. Hide that. We will add a game capture. We'll call this one game. We'll capture a specific window, capture torment. But, Artsy, I'm gonna need some help here.
Mm-hmm.
I made the game source, I picked the window, but it's not showing me the box of where it shows up, and therefore it's not showing up on stream.
Hmm.
So I will need a little bit of assistance here, please.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time anyone's ever told me I had a great British accent, Carly May. I guess all my
What did you pick? Where is it?
top one,
Top one?
top source.
Hmm.
but like it's not showing me where. I'm gonna cancel that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. That's weird. Is it open?
Click on it. See if that pops up.
Now is it game? Okay. Captures.
Any full screen application? No, not that one. Foreground window with hotkey. Capture specific window is the middle one.
Okay.
Torment.exe. Match title, otherwise find window of same executable. I wonder if it's like in the back. It's like the layer.
It should be up. I'm trying to see. Oh, no, that's not. What's that?
Hub's camera frame is what that's called.
Weird.
Well, friends, they may not actually be getting the opportunity to play this today. We'll see. I'm enjoying chatting with you guys anyway.
If you want, you can go to the BRB and I can take it. So
Yeah, okay. We'll swap to BRB real quick, and Artsy will be so kind as to take a couple of minutes to fiddle around with OBS, and then I will be back. So thank you. Stick around. Hello, friends. I am back. As it turns out, trying to hot swap at the last moment doesn't really work out that well, and old games are having a little bit of trouble, like actually being picked up by OBS as something that it can display. So I'll probably have to wait until next week in order to get everything set up and working over the week, and then we can really get into it next week. Alas, best laid plans of mice and men. So from the chat, I'm hearing people that they want me to play old school games. If for some reason I can't get Planescape Torment working, what sorts of games do you want to see me play? What genres, what ideas, what sort of themes do you want me to go through? Because that can definitely guide the sort of games that I find. Artsy says, point and click adventures, plot twists. Just play my 500 games. Let's go through all my games. Oh boy. Would I do that alphabetically? Would there be another way to do that? Categorize by theme and make a spreadsheet? I'd have to export all of my games to spreadsheet. I'd have to put the title in. I'd have to put the genre in. Oh my, maybe even the year? Spreadsheet, and then I could share it. Ooh, maybe, just maybe you got onto something. Spreadsheets play games. Okay, well, I'll give it some thought. I can create my spreadsheet and see what we got. Well, friends, seems like things are kind of slowing down a bit, and I don't have anything I can play, so perhaps I'll end stream a little bit early today. So thank you all for joining in on the hilarity and chaos of Space Walrus's first stream. What?
Like the camera.
And I will catch you all next week. Same time, same place. So in the meantime, spreadsheets, play games. Remember to practice safe math. Safe, sane, and consensual. If you don't practice safe math, it leads to multiplication. And multiplying without, the consent of those you do math with, it just leads to badness. That was terrifying. What, me looking directly into the camera? You're welcome, Ruby. You're welcome, Audie. Everyone take care. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Can't actually switch the scene without looking away. Damn it. Bye.